Yo, brother, it's time for us to start talking the real, man. We've been sugarcoating too much. We've got to start calling everything out for what it is.
Hey guys, I'm here to talk to you about helmet mirrors. Some of you might know that I am a huge advocate of using mirrors, specifically mirrors mounted to your helmet. I've been doing this for almost 8 years now, and I just think they are the perfect mirror to provide you with the ideal amount of situational awareness when you are riding, so that you know specifically what's coming up behind you in terms of traffic, cars. I know some of you like to use wrist-mounted mirrors, and hey, as long as you're using a mirror, but I do not think those are the best mirrors personally, just because you have to remember to do this all the time, to look to see what's coming up behind you. And I ride behind a lot of these guys, and believe me, they're not doing this a lot. And sometimes cars will be coming up behind them, and they'll be just carving in the middle of the road, unaware. Helmet mounted mirror, you can just continuously just glance with no effort, and you always know what's coming up behind you. I've had a mirror fall off a couple times on a ride, and I felt naked riding without the mirror. Really felt unsafe because I just totally felt blinded. So Bob Yan reached out to me a while back. Some of you might know Bob from his days at In Motion. Now he's with a company called PIDZOOM. Might be his company, I'm not sure, totally sure. But they seem to be specializing in making accessories tailored for EUC riders. And their latest product is a mirror for EUC riders. So Bob reached out to me. He knows I'm a big fan of helmet-mounted mirrors. Wanted to know if I would be willing to test this mirror system. It's a prototype. Of course, I said yes. So let me pull in the camera and show you more about this. This is the system. Again, this is a prototype, but I suspect it's getting close to the final product. And one thing I gotta say first off is I gotta get one of these resin 3D printers, because the quality, I mean, I have a 3D printer, but these resin 3D printers, wow, the surface finish is pretty amazing. So anyway, yeah, so all this is 3D printed. And as of right now, there are 3 different arms. It's mounted, mirror is mounted on the medium arm right now. Comes with 3 different bases. This is what gets mounted to your helmet. And then it's a ball joint. So this snaps onto the ball, so it moves around, and there's same thing, ball joint here, and this mechanism top part can be moved to these different arms. So this is one base, and this base you can remove it. Not sure what the use case for this would be. I imagine, like, I have multiple helmets, so if you were to be able to buy multiple of these bases, then you could mount these on the 2 or 3 different helmets, and then using this mechanism here, easily remove it to move the mirror to a different helmet. So that's that. Looks like these are made so you could break these tabs off if you wanted to have a more smaller profile to give up surface area for mounting. Well, this is another mount. This, I think, is the one I'm going to be using. Is just a smaller mount. It takes up less space in the helmet. I suspect as long as this is enough adhesive, I think this is going to be a good mount. And then this one is for helmets like your mountain bike type helmets that have a lot of, they're not like a motorcycle helmet, so there's lots of places where you can use this to to do something like this, where you can wrap this around one of the struts in your helmet, one of the openings in the helmet. So that's another option for mounting. I might experiment with that with my, I have a Bell helmet that I use for some off-road riding. And looks like there's two different size O-rings for that. Let me talk to you about the type of mirror, which I think is very important. Here is a mirror. This is kind of a mirror that's on my helmet right now, kind of. Form factor is the same, but I got this from Amazon. This is a flat mirror. It works, but is definitely not ideal because it has much more restricted field of view because it's a flat mirror. So you have to watch out for these when you buy them from Amazon. The one I have on my helmet currently is, again, looks just like this, but the mirror is slightly convex. The mirror that they are using here, which you're probably not going to be able to tell, but is also slightly convex. This was the first thing I looked at when I took it out of the box, what kind of mirror they were going to use, and I was hoping it was going to be this kind of mirror. If it was a flat mirror, it's probably just going to be a no-go for me. And also, if it was too convex, that's also no-go because like the mirrors that you see guys use on their wrists, those tend to be much more of a convex mirror. And therefore, the objects, everything is really tiny in the mirror. This just is the perfect balance, these slightly convex mirrors. So great choice for this product. I'm going to mount this on my Scorpion AT950 helmet. And the first thing this is the current mirror I have. So I'm going to remove this part so I won't need it for a while. And I'm going to use this arm. So there's 3 arms. I like to have the mirror a few inches in front of my helmet. For me, that seems to work best. This long arm, I think, will work. If I wanted to mount it maybe up here, this would work good. I don't see myself using this small arm because I'd have to mount it at the very front of my helmet to get it out enough, and that still might be a little too close to me. So I'm not sure about this guy. So I'm going to use the medium arm, and I think I'm going to mount it right about here on the helmet, I think, on the chin guard. And again, I'm going to use this guy. Now, whenever you're experimenting with mounting things to your helmet, what I'd suggest doing is putting some double-sided tape on this. It should stick good enough. If it doesn't, you can actually rough this surface up, this slick surface, with sandpaper. Rough it up a little bit, and you can put some double-sided tape. Then you can experiment where you want to put it before you peel off this 3M backing and put the good stuff on. So that's what I'm going to do right now. loosen this up. Should snap on. Again, I love this 3D print. Pretty cool. And so I'll put the helmet on, see how this works, and if the position is good, then I can tighten this up more. Okay, let's see how this looks. Well, I think this is going to be a good position. Definitely I think definitely plenty of adjustment, and I think this is the good, very similar to where I had my my mirror hanging down. I think this is a spot to hang it. All right, so I will remove doesn't get in the way of my peak up here, so that's good. Yeah, so I'll use the more permanent, I wouldn't say it's probably permanent, but semi-permanent adhesive backing, and tighten these up just a little bit more so the wind won't knock it away, and see how it works while I ride. The mirror is now mounted properly. Adhesive feels very good, and tighten up the ball joints a little bit. And I don't think the wind is going to move it, but I'll see. But I'll be able to tighten it up on the road if I need to. So very cool. Also, by the way, this mirror is probably approaching twice the size of the small mirror that I had before. So I'm really interested to see how that's going to help with my situational awareness. All right. You'll probably be seeing me with this on some of my rides, and might touch bases with you later to see how it's been going. And of course, I'll be giving my feedback to Bob so they can get a good final product out. All right, guys. Hope this video was useful, interesting, and until next time, safe riding.